run the train like Decepticons. I'm Malcolm X checking on the lawn before myself is harmed. A rifle and shade, I kept it drawn. I'm a movie, get my director on. Yo, turn that projector on.
Good afternoon, family. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime. And before we begin, today's video was brought to you by War Dawn, the pack with Ariel and Dion. Can't wait to open this, but you'll get the short later after I play with it for a little while I watch my wife play Final Fantasy still, because that's what we do. And it's also brought to you by G1 Universe Quake. Can't believe I didn't have this cute little tank earlier. Yeah, love this. But now, let's get into what we are getting into. The whole point of why I showed you that is because I ordered it yesterday, it came today. Remember the good old days when you could just run up to the store, find the toy that you wanted, and come home with it? And before we get into the whole Starscream problem, I've got a whole lot more things to talk about besides Starscream. So, let's get into Starscream. Transformers Studio Series More Than Meets the Eye Starscream stock issues being addressed by Hasbro as of today. So I'm going to read it to you. Hasbro Marketing Nate Purswell just shared via his Instagram an official statement about the recent Transformers Studio Series More Than Meets the Eye Starscream stock issue. Target canceled a great amount of pre-orders on this highly anticipated figure, leaving fans without any way to get it, with aftermarket prices going sky high. Read on for Nate's official statement about it. So Nate says, I rewrote this post about 10 times trying to get the words just right. Bottom line, we're fully aware of your frustration about the Starscream Prowl Insecticons rollout, and we're actively working to fix it. I get that all of you have a lot of questions that we just can't answer right now and at this moment. But it is a top priority for our team right now, and the goal was and still is to get this figure and all of our figures into everyone's collection who wants it. We're still working to make that happen. And then TFW 2005 goes on to say, we're glad Hasbro is listening to the fans' requests and complaints. We hope to see a new stock. We hope that the new stock won't take long. And hold on, my computer said, hold on, time for an update. Don't you love when that happens in the middle of a video? But they said, we hope that a new stock won't take much time to be shipped, but it's good to know that they're working on a solution. Click on the discussion link below if you have thoughts. Well, you know what? I got thoughts. And I also have memories. Let's go down memory lane. This ain't the first time that this has happened. Come on now. And I know a lot of y'all may have just started collecting, or you weren't collecting a couple years ago, but I am about to give you 10 times that this has happened in the past couple years. Let's go back to, and this is in no particular order, but as I say them, you'll start to remember. Who remembers trying to find Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime, the Studio Series version with the ugly truck with the thing on the back of it that caused me to get the mainline version? Remember that? Remember how no one could find Studio Series Optimus Prime? And then, on top of that, speaking of Optimus, not that it mattered, but Reactivate Optimus and Soundwave was another hard to find one, but not as hard as Rise of the Beast Studio Series Optimus Prime. Who remembers trying to find Cosmos? I'll wait. I was lucky enough to, at that time, I was in a very distant place in Alabama. I was in Wedowee. It's a place called Wedowee, Alabama, and I went to a Walmart there because I was trying to find some Dead Seekers. Long story. Point is, I was lucky enough to find Cosmos. I was very lucky to find Cosmos there for normal price. But the rest of the world, no one could find Cosmos. Hold on, number 3. Who's completed Menasor? Show of hands. How many of you are still trying to find Breakdown? Well, no, they had that reissue, a year or two ago, even though the toy came out during Legacy, like 3-4 years ago? It's people still that have a Menasor with G2 Breakdown on it because they weren't able to find a regular Breakdown. Shout out to Botbender Orange, helped me out with that, and he sent me my Breakdown while he was on vacation. Shout out to Botbender Orange. Love you, brother. And then, okay, hold on. Studio Series Grimlock with Bum Wheelie. I'll wait. I know, and now mind you, these toys, keep in mind, just like with Starscream and everybody else, you'll find them later. Years later, you'll be able to find them. You know, he might be marked up, might be marked down sometimes, Ultra Magnus. Another toy that was unable, they said that they had a whole lot of them. You went to the store to go find them, and then they had one. Okay, hold on. Let's Gears. Who all found Gears when they first said, "Oh, he's in stores now and shipping and so forth and so on"? How many people had their Gears canceled? Because I've got the emails. I got the receipts of the comments of my watchers that said, "Bruh, they canceled Gears. They canceled, yeah." So this isn't the first time that this has happened. Where was that apology statement then? That's why this is the apology tour. Because they're doing nothing but dropping apology after apology to us for, "Oh, we sorry that Prowl got canceled and the Insecticons. It's Target's fault. It's Hasbro's fault." And then you had people saying it was... Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep going because it wasn't just those. Let's keep going. Let me just randomly think. The Quintessons or the Quintesson Pit of Judgment. But either way, the Quintessons, you did not see more than one or two on a shelf at a time. And then the Pit of Judgment was going for like $200 on eBay for a box. I mean, no, you got Alicon, a plastic other judge that didn't transform, a box that you had to turn into the Pit of Judgment, and one Quintesson, which I guess was worth it. But where did you find it? I'll wait. Speaking of Menasor, what about Motormaster? I got comments still of people to this day saying they were never able to find Motormaster. Shout out to cmdstore.com because that was where I was able to secure mine from. They always come in the clutch. They come through in the clutch for me when I can't find somebody. But Motormaster was one of those ones. And like I said in yesterday's video about combiners, I usually like to wait till all of them are accessible before I, go down the rabbit hole of getting them, because I like to just have them fall in line day by day by day. I don't like to wait a couple months, and that's what held me off with Bruticus. Besides loving the one that I have, was that the fact that they were saying that Swindle wasn't going to release till November. And here it's still August, and now we've got him. He's in Walmart, but Starscream ain't at Target. The toy that wasn't supposed to come out, man, look, Onslaught wasn't supposed to come out until September, but we got him in June, July. You know what I mean? I remember all of y'all in the comments that was like, "Don't say that he's coming out early. Don't gaslight people like that. It's just not going to happen." My pre-order says that it is coming in, and now look, you've had them for 2 months. But don't worry, I'm not throwing shade at y'all. I'm just reminding you that I told you that it was going to come out early. So yeah, Motormaster, another toy that, was hard to find. Now you go to find him on the internet, he's anywhere from $200 to $400. Insanity. Hasbro, what you need to do is take this list that I just made, because I know y'all watch, and then go back and put all of them back out also, because people still need that Rise of the Beast Optimus. They still looking for Cosmos and don't want the Earthspark version. People still need Breakdown. They still need Grimlock. They still need Gears. They still need the Quintessons. Wait now, let's get up close here to here recently. How many of y'all were able to find Soundwave with the 3 cassettes? I'm going to be honest with you. I walked into my Walmart to go get like ramen noodles and something else for my baby because he likes snacks and noodles and orange juice for myself or whatever, and went through the toy aisle, saw that Soundwave, didn't even want it, and was like, you know what, let me go ahead and jump on this because I only saw that one box. And you know what? I have not seen him since. I have not seen Soundwave in the 3 cassettes since then. I've seen it one time, and I bought it. That was it, and I'm glad I did, because that would be another one on the bucket list of toys that I'd be like, man, I wish I should have picked up that box that day. I don't make that mistake anymore. Well, I made that a long time. If I see it, and I know that that's it, that's the only one that I see, there's no more in stock, go on and get it. Don't wait and then hope if it's something that you want. But again, that was one I didn't really care about. Why did I not care so much? Now I'm thinking about it, because I know I had to have had a Soundwave. Besides, oh, I'm sorry. Now I went off on a personal. Why did I not care? I have that Soundwave. Because I was using, because I had Siege Soundwave that turned into that stupid spaceship that turned into absolutely nothing. That was. Yeah, that's why I didn't care, because I had the Siege one. That's why I jumped on that Soundwave, and I took the Siege Soundwave, gave him to my grandson. Who else? Wait. Speaking of Rise of the Beast, what about that Rise of the Beast Bumblebee that nobody could find that GameStop had one copy of? So yeah, Hasbro, this isn't the first time. Nate, this ain't your first time. You could have took the apology letter or Instagram post that you made for Cosmos, Rise of the Beast, Optimus, Breakdown, Grimlock, Gears, Quintesson, Soundwave, Motormaster, and Rise of the Beast Bumblebee, and use that same apology note for Starscream. I'm just saying, this is not the first time that this has happened. And I get it. Hold on. And look, I told you I don't write scripts. I just write the main things down. And those are the main toys that I just came up. I came in here and said, who was it that everybody was trying to find? And luckily, and thank you, Lord, I have them. I all love you. I have everybody that I look for. Skylinks, honorable mention. What happened to him? Nobody could find Skylinks. I was able to get him off of eBay for retail price. Like 2 years ago, I want to say. But yeah, like there was a lot of toys. That was just what I remembered off the top of my head. Amalgamus Prime, another one that was hard to find. Who else was hard to find? Onyx wasn't so bad. Micronus was everywhere. Liege Maximo, a lot of people still waiting on him. Yeah, out of the Age of the Primes, that was pretty much the most. Was Onyx and Amalgamus. That was like really hard to find. Anybody else while I'm just sitting here looking around? Scourge. Rise of the Beast Mirage. Forgot about him. Who else? Pablo. The list goes on and on. There were a lot of times that they couldn't fulfill an order, or something was not fulfilled, or they had to make an apology that weren't enough, or there weren't a lot of this or this toy going to whatever stores. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's your buddy the 14th Prime. I just wanted to remind y'all that don't worry. You're going to get your Starscream. The alarm to my door just went off. So either my son and my wife just went out back to the Oasis, or I have another package. But right now, I'm going to go play with this. It's your buddy the 14th Prime. We'll be back later.